Hi, I'm Dave. This is the Cyderbaby show here at Firevolt Festival, day 3, with day 3 headliner, Kris Barras.
Hello, mate.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm struggling, but I'm okay. Yeah, we've travelled a long way to come to this Firevolt Festival day because we both live in Devon.
Yes. Whereabouts are you?
I'm in mid-Devon, Latford area.
Well, I don't know what that is.
That's fine. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Pretty much, basically. So, you're here headlining.
Yep.
How do you feel? I mean, you've been around the country
Yeah, we've been
non-stop.
Yeah, that's great. It's such an awesome place to hold a festival. Everything's purpose-built and well thought out, and I've heard nothing but great reports about Firevolt Festival, so to be headlining here tonight is pretty good.
Excellent. You've done well with your latest release as well. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. The response to it's been great. It's just like a bit of a change in direction, but it's done nothing but gain us new fans and help us progress in our careers. It's been really good. The response has been fantastic, and it's clear to us, like when we do things like this at festivals. We headlined Still House Festival the other week, and it was like 6,000 people, and everyone's singing along to all the new songs. It was it was amazing.
Yeah. I like bands that evolve. I mean, was it a conscious decision to change the sound?
It just kind of happens, like like the more bluesy stuff is like stuff I enjoy, but if I think about the kind of bands I've been in, like for the majority of my life, it's always been leaning more towards the heavier stuff, more towards metal type, heavy rock metal. So I think it's just part of who I am. There's lots of aspects to me as an artist. I'm not, just a blues guitar player or just a rock player. There's lots of different stuff to play, and the blues as a genre is quite limiting because anytime you kind of expand out of the boundaries of what's perceived as blues, it's no longer seen as blues. And I think I always push that anyway. Many a review that would say that it's a rock guy playing at blues. Well, now I'm just a rock guy playing at rock. So.
I mean, Gary Moore famously changed from his hard rock image to blues.
Yep.
It's quite a different direction, I suppose, regressing. But, I mean, do you think you'll evolve again? Do you think you'll change it a bit more?
Well, we're just about to head into the studio to record the next album. It's definitely along the lines of Death Valley Paradise, maybe a little bit heavier in some places. It's a lot more like riff-based, a lot more groove-based. Again, just pushing the boundaries on what I've done so far as an artist. I don't want to be one of these guys that just puts out an album that sounds the same. You hear some of these people, and they've been going for 30 years, and they've got 20 odd albums, and the last 10 you can't really distinguish between them. And I don't want to be that guy. It's my 5th studio album now, and I want it to be a progression. I want it to be something a little bit different. And who knows what the future holds? Maybe when I'm a bit older and I want to chill out a bit, maybe I'll go back to the blues. Who knows?
I mean, you're a man of multi-talents anyway. I mean, you're into videography as well now. That seems to be going well. Some of the videos I've seen have been rather good. So, Why? Why the videos? Is that?
Well, I've actually done it for years. When I was back involved in the fight game, I used to run a fight promotion. It's one of the biggest in the Southwest, called Southwest Fighting Championships. And I first got into the video side of things then, making promos for fighters and stuff, and I enjoyed it, and I'd loved the film side of things. It's just kind of developed, and then I was involved making some music videos for my own band, and then I had a few people asking me to do some stuff for them, and it's just kind of spiraled from there, really. I love doing it. I love film stuff, so it ties in quite nicely, and I think I'm in quite a unique position as like a director, because I know what it's like to be on both sides of the camera. I've got a lot of experience in the music industry at lots of different levels. I know what works, what doesn't work. So yeah, it kind of puts me in a bit of a unique position for that, I think.
Yeah, I was just talking to Jack J. Hutchinson,
Right.
and obviously you've just done a
for him,
video.
yeah. Just done his new one, yeah.
He said to talk to you about cars. I mean, yeah, he was quite petrified about driving that Mustang, from what he said.
Yeah, yeah, it was a beautiful car. You did a great job though. We got some really nice footage, and yeah, it was good fun to shoot that.
Okay. The fighting days, I mean, are they behind you now?
I still train lots. I do,
Yeah.
mainly just on like the grappling side of things, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, just like the wrestling, grappling stuff. So I'm not punching as much as I used to, but yeah, doing that most days when I'm home, keep in shape, keep sane. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever fight again. You know, I've done what I've done and happy with what I achieved.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Unless I got offered one of these crazy YouTube fights, if I could, ever got famous enough that I could be in a position to fight Jake Paul, I'd do that.
you do that. How much would you charge you?
Well, I mean, like I used to fight for pennies in back rooms of nightclubs. So yeah, and I'm sure any of the money would, the kind of money they're getting would be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, exposure would be awesome. As you've grown older, being a guitarist as well, obviously fighting and fingers seem to play an important part.
People say this all the time, but I didn't care. Like, I didn't care about guitar playing. Like,
No?
didn't care. Guitar playing was just something I did, just a little hobby. Like, I didn't care about it. For the entirety of my 20s, I just didn't care. I'd be more upset if I broke my hand. I wouldn't be able to fight. Like,
Okay.
do you know what I mean? Then you got people again. Like, people think, oh, guitarists take good care of the hands. Well, no one takes better care of the hands than boxers. Like, trust me. Because if you break your hands, that's it. You can't do anything. You know.
Yeah.
I broke a thumb once, and I could still play guitar. It was fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I just didn't care. Like I was worried about my hands for training, like not for guitar playing. You know, guitar playing was just something I just did in pubs at weekends. I never thought I'd be able to make a career of it. I never particularly wanted to. The fight game was what I did. You know.
Yeah. Do you think the strengthening from the boxing workouts, do you think that actually helped your guitar playing? Stretching your chords?
Nah,
No?
I don't think that. No, I don't think it bears any. Some of the best guitarists in the world are, you know, skinny little dweebs. Like, you know, they can play stuff that I could never ever play on a guitar. I don't think it bears any resemblance, or, you know, any benefit. The discipline side of things is, you know, I think the discipline needed to like fight and compete is, you know, you've got to be super on it with your training schedule, with your diet, and all those kind of things. And I think having that kind of discipline, like coming into the music industry, I think it helps because it's a really hard industry, like really, really tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that kind of resilience and that discipline, I think that's helped.
Okay.
But yeah.
I mean, you said the music industry. Going into the music industry as you have, you sort of hit the Spotify market pretty much as it started. I mean, was that a hindrance from the start?
Well, I mean, Spotify's a tricky one for me because obviously we can sit here and say, oh, bands, artists don't make as much money, whatever. But I'm also a consumer. You know, I'm a music fan first and foremost before I am anything else. And I use Spotify, and I think it's, you know, it's one of the best inventions as a listener. You know, it costs me £10 a month, and I can listen to any album in the world near enough. I can discover all these new artists all the time through like Release Radar and all these different daily mix playlists and stuff. And a lot of my favourite bands are bands that I've discovered through playlists on Spotify. So it's a real tricky one. It's a long debate. It's the way the world is. So, like, you know, we can sit here and whinge and say, oh yeah, but in the 90s bands got paid this amount of money. It's like, well, it's not the 90s anymore, this is the way it is.
Yeah.
Spotify and the streaming services were a necessity. They had to come about because illegal downloads destroyed the physical, well, you know, the paying for stuff world. So it was something that had to be done to make sure that there was still music in the industry. So yeah, it's a weird one. I think, you know, it just is what it is. I don't really put too much thought into it. I see like a lot of people writing big long statuses about, we're not making any money because of Spotify and all this kind of stuff. So I just think you're looking at it the wrong way. Like, it's just the way the music industry is now. Like, if you want to make money, then go get a degree and become a solicitor or something. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm earning a fraction of what I used to earn, like when I was involved in the fight world.
Okay.
So, I do this because I love it.
Yeah, it's a passion. So, okay. Going forwards, you're working on a new album. Is this then the festival run we're here today? Is this coming to an end of the last album? Are you planning any more dates or anything like that?
So this is the last festival of the year. We're doing a gig with Chris Jericho's band, Fozzy, the Kentish Town O2 Forum, in a couple of weeks' time. That's actually whilst we're recording the album, so we can take the day off, shoot down to London, do the gig, and come back and crack on. It's now we'll focus about the new album. We're going to pretty much spend the next 4 or 5 weeks getting that recorded, and then it will be about promo, getting the singles out, get the videos done, and all that kind of stuff leading up to a release at some point in the first half of next year. We'll have a tour around that as well.
Excellent. Well, I wish you all the very best,
and
I'm sure you'll smash it tonight.
We will do our best.
Thank you very much, Kris.
Cheers, thanks for having me.